Just gonna get you set here. Just so you don't have to see all of my desk. I actually can bring you down a little bit. I'll do that. Sorry. This is the rocky part about doing these lives, is it's not so much fun getting you there, right? Okay. I have a really nice camera. It's really easy to, or arm anyway. My camera is my phone, but it's nice and easy. This is the awful part. Okay. That looks better to me. Hopefully that's okay for you guys too. Ooh.
Don't like it when your man picks up his ring?
And I forgot to, obviously, to quiet it down. Mute it. I guess that would be it. I forgot to mute it. So, hey, Renee. Okay. I think that's good. I think we got you up. So, happy live on Friday again. It's worked out the last couple weeks to actually do it on Friday night. But just so you know, that I definitely am not going to do it next weekend. And this isn't, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this all the time or not. It just has worked out that way. So this is a photo of my granddaughter. And she's drinking a shake, which they're made for kids. They're nutritional shakes. They're not really, so protein shakes basically, but made for kids. And I actually do the same thing. I just don't drink protein shakes, right? So I've been digging really far into my stash. So Rachel and I are doing a stash bash, which is our monthly series, on March 1st using our oldest product that we could find. So I went on definitely a digging expedition. And I found a bunch of old stuff. Some of this being my Love Elsie paper. Anybody remember that? These are 2006, guys. Both of these are, and then this would be as well too, because it was from the same line. So I love this. This is actually fabric paper, as a matter of fact. And I think you can take the backing off of this, if I remember correctly. It's been forever since I've actually, there we go. It's been forever since I've actually done that. I hope you guys aren't getting a screen as pixelated as mine just was. I'm sorry if you were. For some reason it was doing that. Yeah, you can take the backing off. But you can cut it with your regular trimmer. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this as my background. She's wearing pink, but she does wear a lot of purple, so I think of her when I think of purple. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is cut the border off of this to get us started. And then we'll go from there. So this one is the Love Elsie. It's Toby is the collection. Toby Culture, it says. I don't even know what. Yeah, Toby and the Culture is the name of the paper, because this one's Toby Carry On. So anyway. Sorry guys, my chat's not looking quite the way it has, so I'm not quite sure what out. So I'm going to play with that a little bit. There we go. So I like that. Now there are two travel sayings here. One says passion for travel, and one says explore together. So that's not going to work, but I definitely could, cover that. And I'm going to do something here I think I don't normally do, which is this is lined and so is this, but I think I'm going to use them both. And part of that is even though this is lined, the lines are much wider, so I think it's okay. And it's my scrapbook, so I think I'm going to make it okay, right? And then what I'm going to do is just trim this, because what I'm thinking about is just doing a chunk, like part of this, like a third of this or something. We'll see, because I don't really want 2/3 of it. I think I want a smaller portion. Maybe I'm going to cut it in half here and see what happens. I I don't know if I've talked about this, but I never feel bad if I like only use half of it and put the scraps away, because I give my scraps to my sister-in-law, who is a grade school teacher, and the kids love it. They call it the good paper. And so I never worry about that when I do it. Now, okay, so definitely need to cover that up, and I could do that in a couple of different ways. But I'm thinking I don't want this whole, like I don't want this going the full length here, or width, I should say, that's not length. And I'm just going to kind of measure this to see how far I think I want this to go, to eyeball it a little bit here. Not sure if I want to cover that or not. How about definitely I want to chop it from there. And I will give this fabric paper to the kids too. That might be kind of fun for them to have. Okay, so I've never had a problem cutting this on a trimmer before, and my cutter Pillar Pro did not like it. It definitely frayed. So what I can do is, well, I guess I trimmed it. It's okay. So I'll have to remember, well, and I can't put any more pressure on it just because it's a bar. So you can't do that. Okay. I also have the buttons from this collection to use tonight. And then I have this Paige Evans hashtag sticker book and Chamel's hashtag sticker book, because purple, there's purple in both of them. This is a little more bluey muted purple. This is a more bright purple here. So neither one is exactly a match, but I think it's close enough, especially, you know, I'm trying to think, I saw some arrows in here. Yeah, like that would probably be okay. But I think I'm going to try to use these first, just because it's a little bit closer to the actual color here. All right, so we have that down. Now I don't have a, what I want to say, I don't have a mat. That's what that's called, Kelly, a mat. You'd think I just started scrapbooking. So I might want to do that with this, but first I'm going to trim this paper here, the fabric paper. Okay, and that did a better job this time. Okay, then I'm going to just, ooh, remember how I said I didn't have a mat? Oh, yes, I do. I likey. That was a happy accident. Double-sided papers, Kelly. Turn it over. Silly. That was kind of a rookie mistake, and I've been scrapbooking a lot longer than I should be making. Then I should still be making rookie mistakes anyway. So guys, do you have a glass of wine with you? I do. Although when I did this live last Friday night, I don't even know that I took a sip out of it, except for when I was talking about it. There we go. Okay, so we have that one. We have this one. I could do this, but I'm thinking of pushing it to this side a little bit. And so then I'm going to want a little bit of a border down here. And I'm going to make that border similar to the border here. And then, so what I'm doing is I'm looking at kind of lines here, making sure that this is not even with this, and that this is not even with this. So that's one of the reasons I picked a larger mat here, and I think I'll just do that. Okay, now I'm feeling like this is good, except I'm feeling like I need some definition on these papers. And I usually use my Chamel Vintage Photo Distress ink, but I'm not sure that that is the right brown for this, and I'm going to see. I do. I still have my Jenny Bolin Brown Sugar ink, but I'm not going to use my applicator because I want it to go on like thicker and chunkier because it'll make a darker line. And the vintage photo might do that too if I did it that way, but I think that vintage photo ink has a lot more yellow in it than this one does. I've been around for ages, right guys? Because I'm trying to remember when Jenny Bolin stopped making ink. It's been a long time. Because one of my favorite scrapbook stores was still open at that point, and it's not been open for a while. Okay, and then I think once this is done, then I'll take the backing off of this and stick it down. Oops, I'm gonna go. Okay, so that definitely is there, and I'm just setting this aside to make sure it dries a little bit, and I just realized this is not inked at all. These papers are really flimsy. You know, they're early scrapbooking days, if they're 2000s, well, not early scrapbooking days, but certainly much different than what we're used to now. So what I think I'll do is just leave that, and then I can come back in and get that edge like this. It's already down, it's fine. Just have to be a little careful here. And if I'm going to be a little careful, I think I should just do this with this up here. So this is one of the reasons I like my Memento Dewdrop and all the little cat's eyes, because it's way easier. You don't have to worry so much about hitting parts of your papers that you don't want when you forget to do that. Although, frankly, guys, I hit, even with that, I do that all the time, where I accidentally hit things. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to stand back up so I can see what I'm doing here. Interesting. Oh. Okay, who knew the hardest part of this layout was going to be getting the fabric paper off the backing? Ooh. I'm not sure. I think, you guys, that this might be really dried out. Either that or it's not supposed to come off this. And I'm doing it from, no. Yeah, it's supposed to be self-adhesive, but this is really, really dry. And I'm afraid now I've got it half off, I have to go the whole way. So this is going to be a little interesting. This is what happens when you don't use your products for 13 years. I'm not gonna, I'll give myself a little grace and say this didn't come out right away in 2006. Oh my gosh, her products at the time were so cool and innovative, and I actually still think that they kind of are when you look at that. Okay, so now I don't have the what do I want to say here? The starchiness of that, of the background there. Because it shouldn't be quite this flexible if it was on the background that was there. And maybe I took, I don't know, because it's dried out, maybe there was, no, I think that really was, this was the background. So anyway, oh, actually, because I can see the, where the glue was before it dried out. Okay, so let's get this on. This is going to be kind of a little hit or miss thing here. I'm going to try not to, I think I'll glue it from one side. It might not be totally straight. And then just go up from there. And I'm seeing a big lump where I have some glue stuck, where the ATG likes to do that. And there's another one. Oh yeah. These are the ATG, pardon me, boogers. That's kind of what I think of them. Sorry. Okay, then I'm going to just take this one away too. I don't normally worry about these because on regular paper you don't see it. Now, you know me, I like to glue my edges down. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to put it on the paper, and maybe that would have been the smart thing to do to begin with. I just don't want this coming up, especially since these will be handled by the kids. Now there are little stray fibers and that kind of stuff, and I'm going to not let that bother me. I said I'm not going to let that bother me. Because it's part of having the fabric, right? So I really like how this is starting to come together already. Okay, hi Moira, and that's awesome that you got the notification. I'm glad that's working. Oh, Renee, I'm glad to hear that you still have the Jenny Bolin inks too. Okay, guys, I have 5 buttons here, and they are all getting used somewhere on this layout because 2006. This will be one less supply in my stash. And I have to tell you, every time I use something up, it's so exciting because, you know, it is. It's very exciting to use this up. Now, I probably will go back. I'll probably place these kind of where they're going to go and probably go back and actually put thread in them just because, I don't know if you guys can see this, the holes in these are really big. And I don't usually put thread in my buttons. I don't usually worry about it, but I don't love that this way. Yeah, the empty packages are the best, aren't they, you guys? Oh my gosh, I love it. And because I'm on the self-imposed self-imposed freeze, it's really the best. Okay, so let's go through the hashtag sticker book and look and see what we can find. So right now I have this little arrow that says for sure. I'm just gonna pop these along there. If that's a Chamel idea. Because she's drinking this, and I'm gonna write she loves these too. There is a little to do here. That could be kind of a cute little like journaling spot or something, and this one has pink on it, but I think it's a little bit too narrow this way. It's too much the size of that, so we'll find something else. And gosh knows I always have my beloved Ellie Studio right next to me here. Ooh, flowers. I think I'm gonna grab one of those. Oh, and my language. I think I'm going to, my honors English teacher from college would die if she heard me. Well, not to be sacrilegious, but she probably is no longer with us because I think she was like 100 when I had her. Not being mean. Okay. Here's another one of those. This one's smaller. This hashtag sticker book is more like a planner sticker book. For this particular one, I don't know if all of pages are. This one says adventurous, and it does have a little bit of rose gold on it, so that might be kind of fun to pull in. I do have a rose gold alpha. Let's see, here's a little one that says important. So one of the things that used to bother me when I first started scrapbooking is that this purple is really kind of different than this purple. I've gotten over that, mostly. Little washi tape here if I want it, but I think we have enough lines going on. This is cute. This So Proud would be cute, but So what do you guys think? Do you like the pink on this too? Adding another color in? She is wearing that pink. And I certainly have plenty of pink buttons, or pink hearts and that kind of stuff. Okay. This one has the acidy green. That I like. I forgot to look for that. And here we go again. These are just a little bit too short here. Now what I could do, obviously, is I could trim this. So I'm going to put that one to the side. I like bringing in the acidy green. I think better than the pink. But we'll see. let's see. Here's a little acidy green saying that says hello today. So that, hello new day. So that would be cute with that. Okay, still looking for some sort of journaling piece. I'm going to flip to the hashtag sticker book here and see if there's anything in here. This is cute, this little super. Although this is clear with the pink. So if I decide to do the pink, that would be a good one to do. Okay. There's an adore in there that would be cute. I do adore this one. Actually, I love all 4 of my grandkids, but you know, it's nice when because she's the only girl. Not that I don't love my grandsons, I do. As a matter of fact, we have something, well, if you're them, something fun planned. If you're grandma, thinking about it, we are going to a Snakes and Reptiles Day at our library, guys. Snakes and reptiles. Yikes. Grandma does not really like snakes. Okay, I think this one. Right there. Yeah, snakes and reptiles. So Grandma's going to try her best not to show how much she doesn't like snakes and reptiles. Well, snakes especially. Not going to, you know, not going to try to pass that on to the boys. If they like the snakes and reptiles, yay for them. Lucky their mama. Yeah, they're anyway. There's some clear stickers in here too. Just kind of taking a peek. All right, so I do like this acidy green here, but not maybe that. But I think I'll come back to that and see what we can find in here to see if I can get a couple of little things here. Like well, that's got some orange on it though. Yes, the things we do for love is right. Grandma does do that kind of stuff. Here's a cute little saying that says, just go for it. Uh-oh. Let's hope that I can get this off. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to have to go back with my undo to get the adhesive off of that, unless I can cover it with something over here, which maybe I will. Yeah, okay. Bad sticker. Okay, little acidy green here. So like I could tuck, maybe do a little tuck here. Let's see. These are the really thin stickers, so they can be not so much fun to put on. This is really actually not green, is it? It's really gold. Never mind. I think it looked acidy green because it was in such a small bit, but in a large piece like the one I just had, it really looks, it does look gold. And this was a Saturday. I did look that up because I think I had to have Moira look that up. Yeah, those stickers, I didn't even think about that, Renee, but you're right. The stickers in these books, the clear ones, are so sticky, and the other ones don't really stick. Okay, so let's see. Can I get away with this? That says favorite. Maybe. See, this looks really acidy green here. That favorite is gold compared to that. Acidy green. That would be the technical term, you guys. All right, so I don't want to forget to put buttons on now that I think about this, so time to think about that. And we definitely want to get a couple. Okay, so there's one there, a cluster here. Maybe a little something down here. And I'm not liking the green in here. Okay, I definitely want to get this for sure in here somewhere pointing towards her. And these feel really modern compared to the flowers, but I think it's going to be okay. So, hey, Harmony. Good to see you here. Just trying to make this kind of make a little bit more sense when I look at it here. Okay. Oh, and I have this one that says important too. So that could kind of go up in here. And I do need something circular or something down in there. So back on the hunt. And I do have that brown button. That's got to go on here because there is no other. I'm not going to save one button. That thing is going on here whether it likes it or not. Okay. I did have that stuff from the other one that said super and that kind of thing. So maybe that's where we're going next. How many times can I page through this, right? So, as you can tell, my Schmel books are well loved. Okay, so super. Now, here we go with the pink that I said I wasn't going to do because I wasn't sure that I liked that. Super for sure. Now it just feels like a bunch of stuff on here to me. Time for the trusty Cricut spatula. I love doing these live with you guys, just because it's fun, you know, because you're scrapbooking with me, right? Well, I feel like you're scrapbooking with me, but also because you see, I've talked about this before in lives, you see the real thing. Like you see me actually struggle to get stuff on because when we fast forward the videos, you know, and I do mine usually between 2 and 3 times, you don't see that. You don't see when we're having a hard time making things work and that kind of stuff. Okay. I think I'm liking these flowers less and less, guys. I think it's just because they don't feel as graphic as the buttons do. The buttons feel really modern to me. Okay, so not loving the pink in that super. Now I didn't think about this, but I do have, there is aqua here, and I do have aqua on this. So, okay, if this was not clear, that would be a good one. But that's something to look for now that I think about it. So what do I have left in aqua here? There's a big purple star, but although I was going to say, oh, there's a big purple star, but it's not filled in. It's one of the hand-drawn ones. I was going to say, because I do have that purple there. See, this flower feels a little bit closer to what the buttons look like to me, because it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit more graphic. I think that's the word I want. And then I think this would be good because it would get some of that. There we go. Some of this purple into here too. And then I actually have another one of those. And now I have stuff stuck all over that I'm going to have to go back and find. Ooh, and I just stuck there we go. I was going to say I just stuck the flower to my ink tool. Okay. Just looking to see. There's the Adore. That's cute. Although, I was thinking title here or here, so I should be careful about that. Hey, Lee Marie, I totally missed you coming on, so sorry about that. Hello, welcome. Okay. Here we go. So this could be the base for this cluster up here. The question is, yeah, you won't see the Adore on there. Although, I could just cut a new point on this. Let me see if I like this. And I was just thinking that because there's the light brown down here. So that's what, excuse me, what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut really far into this. Actually, let's just make my life a little easier here. So when you do this, you cut like halfway there, and then I did this wrong, guys. Never mind. You can kind of take whatever you cut off and mirror that. Hopefully this is not a disaster. It's homemade. Okay, that's actually okay. Now, here or there. Christy, I haven't scrapped together at a set time. It's just worked out the last couple of Fridays that I had Friday night free, but that's not always true. I'm trying to think. One Mommy Scrapbooking on YouTube, I think, does one night. So you might want to look into her channel, and she's great. Okay, not that one. So that's one I know of. I know Laura Alberts sometimes scrapbooks too lives, but I don't know that it's always the same night. I could use some of those too. Oh, and look what we have here. I was looking for something to kind of back that a little bit. Or I've used these before, and then you just kind of hide the colors you don't want, which is going to be hard for you to see. Okay, Thursdays at 8 for One Mommy Scrapbooking. Thanks, Moira. I usually catch her in replay. but she does a really nice job. And Amy, I think, right? Okay, so that's good. There's important. Look at, I'm using more than one shade of purple. Yay me. And I said I had this flower. Now I just took I was just deciding, do I want that here instead of, and I think the answer is yes. I actually like that better. So we're going to put this back because I'm okay with how that cluster looks. And then I have stars in purple too, so I could add those in as well. And I'm going to see, okay, so Laura Alberts does lives on Friday at 9 or 10. I thought, like, I think last week after I was done, I think I kept scrapbooking a little bit, and I think I think Laura was making cards last week. She's wonderful. She and I were on the Cheeky Studio design team for a while together. And she's funny, too. Okay, that Adore, as much as I'm trying to make the Adore work, it is not working. So I'm going to stop that. All right, I think I have enough. I wish I had another one of those, but c'est la vie, right? There's a cute little sticker here that says Today Rocks. And then I have another one here that says love. I did tell my grandkids' mama, I think I'm not going to do love, that I would be happy if my granddaughter wanted to join us, but her other grandmother commandeered her and her 8-month-old brother. Oh, you guys, I missed this. There is another flower here. Yay. I should have known that because Shamel's really good about things in threes. Anyway, my stepson's birthday is today, and so his wife has a little special something planned for him. They're going away for the night, and when you have 4 kids, it takes a village because I love them, but man, all 4 of them at one time. I've had 3 of them, but not all 4 of them. Okay, so this is going to stay right there since I tore it. And I'm just going to have to make this work, which sometimes we just have to. These buttons are kind of weird too because they're not they're not square. Okay. Yay, I'm glad I found that other flower. I feel much better about that. Now, at least there's something in common, and I don't always do that. As long as I have colors in common, I'm okay if whatever the stuff isn't in common. And I'm just going to put that Today's Rocks up there. I was losing the important here in the colors of this background paper, so that I feel like I have that now. All right, so next we need a title. And let's see, my purple stash of letters I think is fairly non-existent. So let me double check that. Want to see how I store them? It's going to be hard for you guys to see that. These are my thickers. Oh, here I am telling you about my addictions again. I store them in a basket like this that I got at World Market, and I just took the top off. Anyway, yes. Thickers addiction. Okay. Ooh, I do have a purple, but I think it's really, yeah, that's really the wrong purple because that's really, really pink. Okay. Hey, Christy, thanks. for that comment about scrapbooking. I just do what I do. And thanks, you guys. Yeah, I'm loving, Moira, I'm loving how this is turning out too. And yes, 4 kids is exhausting. I have, like I said, I've had 3 of them. I don't know how they do it. One of the cool things that has happened, though, is my stepson is an athletic trainer, and he was able to, he's gone pool at a hospital near them now. So he stays home with the kids all day. Christy, this is actually, it's probably showing up as black for you guys, but it's really brown. Let me see if you can, yeah, I don't know that that's gonna help you catch it even better. I'd almost have to put a light on it, but it's really brown, so black will look kind of funny here, and this is brown. So I'm going to grab my brown stash. I do have wood in brown. And how about another throwback to the past? You remember the daiquiri thickers in the vinyl? Yeah. And then Shamel had, I think Shamel has a purple alpha in this. Okay, glad you could see it. Yeah, that, I'm sure that's really hard to pick up on the color of what this is. And it's an odd brown. This especially up there looks black, so that makes sense. I'm trying to, well, I was thinking about doing loves them, but it's she loves them too, because the boys love them. Because I could use that to pull in that color. I know what I could do. I could put her name on there. So let's see how this wood looks. I don't know if I have enough letters. Even if I MacGyver here. Let's see. There's no E. There's no S. Yeah, this would be tough. Well, I have used, I'll MacGyver letters all over the place. You guys know that. But if it's too much MacGyvering, I don't want to do that. The other thing is I might have that green too. So I'm going to just check that. Ooh, here's another blast from the past. These goodness stickers from, these were Amy Tangerine. Whew, those were old. There were 2 colors. There was this one and an aqua. And I hated them both because they kept falling off the sheet. That's more spring green. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking maybe this green. I might try this and see if I have enough letters of anything. Oh, see? Look at, this is what they do. They're awful, awful, awful. We complain about the chipboard thickers now. They're really bad. They were really bad. So I could use, there's more than, you know, there's a couple of different greens in here. I don't have the dark green L. Let's see. And I don't have an S. Let's see. I don't have an S, but I do have an S. And I just thought about this. I would need 2 T's. Let me see. I could do like shake love. There's an A. K. I've got a B, so I can make a B. Okay, so let's make an S. So to make an S, you just cut off this part of that part there, okay? And then you come back and do it here too. Yeah, I like the contrast too. And it'll pop a color I haven't used yet. So S, and I probably should use, let's see. Oh, maybe I don't have to. Oh, there is an A here. So we're just going to use the... Okay, so here's a little dilemma. I have this E, and it's a full E, but I don't have another one. So I was going to make the B's, but I don't need to do that because I have 3s. Not all alphas. You can't do this with all alphas, but with a lot of them, you can just turn them backwards. And then you have it. Okay, yeah, that's a great point, Moira. I really like the contrast of this. Okay. This is another one that I'm going to need to glue down, but I'm not going to force you guys to, I'm not going to thread my buttons with you on camera. Because if we want to spend more time together, I'll do another layout. I have a couple of papers pulled. Okay. So I think that's how this is going to look. Close enough. And I just did, although I have to say, I'm not completely hating the way those buttons look. That's just because I'm being lazy, though, honestly. All right, so we have that. I think that's good. Now, I was just looking to see if, oh, look there's another E. We don't even have to do this. Since I have it, I'm going to use it. There we go. I just felt something on the back. See, this is the bad thing about this alpha. I was trying to decide because I almost feel like I'd like to get some more of this acidy green in, and I could use the little periods and pretend that they are enamel dots. Just looking to see if I have enough of them. I think I can make this work. Okay, and the nice thing about this too is that it's you get all the colors that are in the alpha there, so it kind of makes more sense. Oops. Where is my tweezers? There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, Nancy, it's not just you. These things were notoriously nasty. And these are early, early thickers, really early, before we all complained so loud they decided they might have to do something about it. I wonder if, should see if there's a, wanted to see if there's a, oh yeah, 2012. So not only are they, not only did they have the problem when I bought them, but it's 2012 for the alpha. Interested to see the daiquiri alpha doesn't have a year on it. This is how I store my thickers. So they're the vinyl bags that you can buy on YouTube. And then I just take my little thicker, this little piece from the packaging out and glue it on. And then you have what the font is. And if you don't care, no big deal. But in my case, I do care since I like to tell you what I'm using. And people are interested in that. Okay, so I still need some more of these. And I'm running out of the big size here. So I'm going to grab, and I think that's because I'm using like asterisks and things like that. So this one I think I'm going to bring in here, and I think I'll put another one up there. I like to do that because it draws your eye up to the top of this cluster too. Okay, here's another one. So that kind of gets included in. And then I need another one for over here. There's some more. There. Okay, so that's good. And I will glue those down as well too. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I'll do the journaling on there. I really like how this turned out. Not colors that I normally use. I don't use a lot of purple in scrapbooking. It's just not, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that, first of all, there's not a lot of that out there, right? And then I scrapbook a lot of boys. So thanks, Murray. I do love this too. Love, love, love the way it turned out. Okay, so let's put these alphas away before they start coming at me. And you know what? I think, I'm trying to think what time it is. I'm going to do another layout. If you guys want to stay around, do. Otherwise, I understand if you have other things you'd rather do. I'm going to be very careful about moving this because I have to glue a couple of those things down yet. And then I'll put twine in here. Let me grab my twine so I can remind myself to do that. So this is my gigantic box of fun twines, and there's some purple. I got most of the set, not obviously these, but all these rolls came from Hobby Lobby in a big old pack. Yeah. It's something fun about those colors. They're a little bit different, and I don't know. Cool. Cool, cool. All right. So let me put my desk in a little bit better shape here, guys, because I have to move that without hurting something. And an empty package. We have one empty package and more letters used up off the other. Okay, so I'm carefully moving. All right, then we'll move my Jenny Bolin ink too with all the stuff over it. Then I have two possibilities for another layout where I don't have to pull. I mean, I'll have to pull embellishments, but I don't have to pull. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Sorry, tangent here. This is an old Cricut spatula from when they were first around. This thing is the best thing for taking stickers off your layouts if you have them, because the blade is so thin. So if you've got one, I love that. We know I'm going to need that, right? Okay, so I have a couple of options here. One of them is these photos of, remember how I told you I had the 3 grandkids? I have the 3 grandkids here. So that's my oldest grandson making a face, and then his brother and sister. I wanted to take the kids to the park last summer when they were with me, which is right in my neighborhood, but it was really muddy. And so we walked down to the nearest coffee shop, and Grandma got them a cookie, and Grandma got a cup of iced coffee. So anyway, so there's that. And I kind of like the contrast between the blues and browns. And this is old product. And then, oh, actually, hold on a second, because I have a something to scrapbook here, a picture, but I don't want to. It's my granddaughter in a bath towel, and I forgot that. So hold on a second. Oops. That's great. I almost showed that. So, okay. All right, we covered most of it. So the other one is my granddaughter in a bath towel. And this is a really old Pebbles line here. We're going in the archives, guys. We're going in the archives, guys. And I was thinking, like, this paper looks great. So, do you guys have a preference of what you'd like to see me use? And I don't have, I just pulled them. I don't really have choices made here. I just, well, other than I have some of that, some of the papers sort of pulled out. Ooh, and we might even be able to incorporate these in here too. No promises there, but that's a thought. So kind of let me know if you have a preference. And I think I know which way I'm leaning. In the meantime, I'm having a glass of sip of wine here. And I'm just thinking about what I could pull. Okay, Moira says either one. I'm thinking I really like the color in here. So I think we're going to do this one. We'll save the other one for another day. You might see that other one on a video. Definitely the clouds. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's see if I can figure out how to use that in here. And then I have a supply here. This is old because it's 7 paper from 2015, but I just bought these last year because they have like a school theme, and I'm thinking that would be kind of cool to get on the layout. And somewhere in this incredible stash of mine, I think I have cork arrows somewhere. So let's see if I can find them. I think I'm a lot closer than where I'm looking though. Eek, eek, eek. I know I have cork arrows, it's just where they are. Sorry guys. Pause. This is what happens when I'm not scrapbooking live. I'm going to find those darn arrows when I'm looking for something tomorrow. Because I just came across them and I thought, oh, I should move those because I'll never remember I have them when I want to use them. Or I'll never remember I have them there. Okay. I may just have to move on because I don't see them easily accessible here. There's some jelly bean soup arrows. Okay, yes, outside so it makes sense for the clouds. Okay, I'm not seeing those cork arrows, so I think I'm just gonna give up on those for tonight. We won't worry about those. Okay, I think we have enough to start working with anyway, right? All right, so love the contrast of the photos on this background. And the story behind this is I was pushing and I had my drink in there and he really wanted to push. This is hard to tell, but this is going up a really big hill. That hill, and from the coffee shop we were at back to my house, you're uphill all the way. And when I run this thing, and I do on a not daily basis, but 3 times a week, I'm out of breath. Okay, so my initial thought is this aqua is a little bit off. I think these 3 papers plus our clouds. Somehow our clouds. So this background, this is Studio Calico. Let's see how old this is, if I can tell. Print Shop from 2013. And all of these, well, I shouldn't say that. This one, the Studio Calico one, and this were in my faux solid files. So if I don't use them, I'll use them on something else. Oh, this is cute. It says you're great. Oh, and hello friend. Okay, so I don't want to see the hello friend, but I love the you're great. And he is great. So the question is, I might have to cover that up though, because the direction of this photo is that way, and I don't want to put him here looking out. But then I'm going to end up with the hello friend, which I really don't want. So that I'd have to cover up. We can do that though. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we can either do that or this. This is that age-old dilemma. How do I arrange these? Because, here we go. So if we do this, or I have this nice big chunk here as well. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is cut this down a little bit. I mean, I know it's the stroller. You can see the stroller here because this feels, there's so much white space in this photo. It feels really out of proportion to me. And we'll see if that makes it feel a little bit better. And I would say, yeah, that feels a little bit better to me now. Okay, so I think I'm, whoopsie. I have ATG adhesive sticking everywhere. I have to, at some point, I had saved, somebody did a really cool layout using different orientation photos that I put in my Pinterest board for layouts. And I need to go back and find that just to do something different. It was different. And it's like I made a grid out of it or something. That was really cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna chop this up and off. And a lot of times I use this little space above here for title, which, guess what I did, guys? Not that you haven't seen me do this before, but I forgot to look at date and if I had any title ideas. So, not on that one. I did not put a date on this. I'll have to look that up later. And no title idea either. So that's interesting that I didn't do that. I'm thinking something like Superman or something like that. Would be really cute. Okay. I think I need to chop this paper to get a better idea. Apparently I'm into, or let's see. So this is not 12 by 12, but I'm just having an idea here that maybe I could make this like a 12 by 12 here and then use like that paper like that to take care of the join. And then I could have the yeah sure showing. So I want to see about how much yeah, and I know I could use my mat, right? But why would you want to do it the easy way when you can do it the hard way? Oh, okay. Well, this is easy. So I'm just going to cut this, and right now it's cutting above the Your Great showing. I think that's gonna work. I hope I don't regret this. Normally I would not, oops, sorry guys. I would not put as much showing here. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this an easier way. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to find the right piece of paper here. Or the wrong piece, as the case may be. Okay, so the easy way to do what I was going to do is take a scrap piece of cardstock that you're not going to use. Like, first of all, this one has a mar in it, and it's not a color that I use. So I'm just going to take this and put this right on top here. And I think this is an old piece of, I think this is like SCI paper. They had this line called like Grandma's Kitchen or something like that. I turned it because that top was not even. Cut even. Okay, now I know this is a lot of paper going under here. And if you don't have a lot of paper, go ahead and cut. But I'm not going to. Goodness knows I have plenty of paper to use here. And I just glued that upside down. Because if I do it this way, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the light on the bottom. This is when repositional adhesive comes in handy. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. You guys probably were like, no, don't glue it that way. There we go. All right. I think the yeah, sure is going to go. I'm going to hide that. Now I know that's not very much of this paper peeking out, but I feel pretty good about the amount I used on the last layout, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm also going to leave this on that backing paper to make this easier. Otherwise, I'm afraid it would be really tough. I think it'd be hard to get this even. Okay, and now that down. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to go that high. Something here is not even. It's this photograph. It's making my eyes go all wonky. And what I think I'm going to do is move this to this side a little bit more just because he's looking that way. Ah, thanks, Debbie. And this paper, the cream paper is not textured, but this one is. The dots are embossed. Okay, this is wonky. Okay, I think this is good right there. This will give me a little bit more room. And now that yeah is kind of showing. I'm not going to worry about that. Let's get this back to go straight again. That was, I was going to say that was my fault. Well, of course it is. Because I'm the one making the layout. But when I went to look at the date, that's when I did that. Okay. So now we have that. And I talked about using these. So, I could do Smarty Pants here because he was being very smart. He was actually being kind of argumentative with me. 6-year-olds are so much fun. So like super, here's fantastic, which I think is kind of fun. And then this one says try your best, which I think is kind of cute. And then I could put the title right there. And then we will have used 3 of these, which is exciting. Just looking to see if there's anything else I want to use. I have these lovely borders. These are Doodlebug Fancy Frills, which I think they still make these. I'm pretty sure they do. I was thinking about something for maybe in here. And I do need journaling, don't I? So journaling, I think we're going to the Ellie Studio box. "10 years old." Thanks, Debbie. I missed that the first time when I looked at. Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably 10 years old. I used to have stickers for this collection too, but I gave them to my sister-in-law, the teacher, for her children to use in her classroom. That's kind of cute. Yay me tonight for embracing the different colors. In other words, I'm not using all the same color. Well, it's all the same color family. It's not exactly the same aqua here, because I sometimes have a hard time with that. Okay, well I'm being lazy and I'm not using my wax paper, so I'm paying for that here and there as stuff sticks down. Oh, this is cute. It says, "So lucky to have you." Although I am lucky to have him. This star is cream, but this is more white. But I think I'll be okay with that. How about "You're great, so lucky to have you," and "fantastic" up here. This looks like it's hanging out in the middle of nowhere, which I don't normally like to do. So I think maybe that's what I'm going to do. Okay. We have this nice big one too, and this is actually cream. So that would bring that back in here. I think it's a little long for there, but I like the idea of that, the important piece of it. Just looking for something maybe a little wider than that. And it may not exist. Story. One of the cool things that's been happening because I'm working through my stash is that I'm being inspired by product, and I'm actually looking at product when I find it, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I really love that. I need to get that on a page, which is what happened with this. And then I go and I actually find photos to work with. Now I have my photos already printed. I think you guys have seen these, but I keep these in the Cropper Hopper envelopes. So I have them printed by like my stepkids' family, so my grandkids. I have them by my great nephew, and then my stuff. And so I'll just go in and go looking for photos that work with the products I just pulled. And I'm still going to tell the stories. They're printed because I have a story to tell. That's why they're existing. So it's not like I'm making stories up to use the product. It's just I'm using the I'm going to find a photo that works well with it. So that's been just kind of a cool, different way of scrapbooking that, you know, a little bit different than the way I would normally do it. Normally I would find the photo and then be inspired by that. Just going to look and see, because this is a little bit wider, so I kind of like that, but this and this together are making my eyes crazy, so I'm going back to this. And I have little bits and pieces here, because I have a bigger story than what will fit on here, but if I have that and this, oh, and there we go. That's a little bit wider. And then what I'll probably do is grab, oh, I have pulled these out. I have hearts here, so I can pull those out. All right, so let's get this stuff down. So this is all my Box Oh Wonderful L Studio labels. One of them. I have a couple boxes. And then that's sticking. I always have that happen. Of course, when I'm on camera with you guys. Okay, my stomach just growled. I hope you didn't hear that. I eat pretty late just because on days I work, I eat late. So even when it's a day off for me, or it's a day where I don't work as long, I still eat late. I'm just used to it, which isn't probably great for me, but then I'm a night owl, so I like to stay up late even though I should be in bed. So the fact that it's 8:23 here, that's a little late for me to be eating, but I'm having fun. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut the top off of this off because that helps me gauge what I want the cluster to look like. We need an alpha. I was going to say a cork alpha would be really nice, but that's not going to happen. So back to the brown. That is okay. It might be too long too. This one could work too. This feels, well, maybe not. Let me see, depending on how I use this. Oh, month in review. Oh, yeah, that's kind of a cool way to do it if you're feeling overwhelmed by the stories that you need to tell. And I have a ton of things to scrapbook. I had a granddaughter born in 2018, a great nephew born in 2018, and I'm doing my grandkids album, so she was getting layouts and all that. And then my nephew's wife, my niece, asked me if I would do my great nephew's baby album. I did an engagement and a wedding album for them. So I scrapbooked a lot of photos. I had a lot of photos to scrapbook, and I got quote behind. And I don't mean I got behind because I don't like thinking that way, because if I scrapbook everything, I'm not going to be able to scrapbook, right? But it just, normally I'd be a lot closer to being done with a particular year. And nobody's saying I have to scrapbook this in a particular way, although my great nephew is having there's a baby sister on her way in June, and I think I need to be prepared that I might need to scrapbook her. So, okay, this is, I was thinking that maybe I don't like this light letter in there, but I think that's okay because there's light there. And now that I've done this all, I'm going to do an exclamation point here. That is a cool thing. I used to do a month in review thing where I had a calendar page, and then I would go back to Facebook and I would pull not all the photos from that month, but a lot of them, and I would put it on the date, and I would write down different little notes about what was happening. And it was really cool. I liked the way it looked. They were just mini photos, and then I would embellish. I'll have to watch Janet's video to see what she had to say about that. And that would definitely, if you decided to do a month in review, that would really cut it down. But that would be hard for me to do a month in, well, I shouldn't say that. I could do a month in review. Certainly it would cut down on the scrapbooking I do about these guys. But because I'm scrapbooking 3 different kinds of things, I should show you guys. I'm going to grab that calendar sheet because it's really close, because I still have some left. Just have to grab it here. Here we go. Oh, okay, obviously I need to do some calendar reviews. Okay, so this is what it is. It's a page like this. There were no numbers on it, so I could take my photo and make it this size, because I print at home most of the time. Put like a number or a month up here, and then put dates on. Most of the time I hand wrote them, but I had a whole series of these. I need to use these for something. That will be really, it'll be fun to do this. This is going on my stack of, I need to find layouts to go with some of those at least. I don't want to do them all, but you know, at one point in time. But anyway, so I used those. And those were made by KI Memories. Good old KI Memories. Oh, I wonder how, oh yeah, okay, so 2010. So yeah, this was about 2010, 2011. I'm thinking about like what I was scrapping at the time, and that makes sense. So anyway, it was a cool way to do that. Just a nice way to get everything pulled in. Christy, I like that. 2018 is done. See, and I used to keep up with that kind of thing. I was, you know, I could say that, like I would be finishing, a lot of times at my spring scrapbook retreats, I'd be finishing the year before. But that's not going to happen this year. Ah! ATG just went crazy. Oh, that's neat, Renee. And it's a nice idea to think about all the stuff they did. So I'm, you know, because it's my grandkids, and I was going to say, I thought the tape broke. No, the tape didn't break. I don't know what went on there, but craziness ensued. Except now this is good. Oh, maybe it'll be okay. Gotta love your ATG. Okay. Oh, I know what happened. Well, maybe not. That wasn't locked down very well. This kept coming up, so I was going to glue it down. Yeah, and that's that's what I did too, is that I journaled on some of those squares and I did photos on some and I did embellishments on others. It just, whatever inspired me at the time. Okay, so now I'm looking at this and I only have 2 stars. So I think we're going with hearts, even though I don't always like mixing hearts and stars. And let's see. I think I did this so I would do one up there, but I think I like that better there. My plant, oh, here, let's use some of these arrows too. Or at least that one. All right, Christy, thanks for stopping by. And darn those kids. That is one advantage to being grandma. I have grandma and I'm unmarried. So I get to, I'm divorced, guys. So I get to scrapbook till my little heart's content. Okay, so I have one more heart, and we don't want to leave something where I have one of something left. So that's going up there. Let's see. And then I think I'm just going to put this here. There we go. So I have an arrow and at least one heart in each cluster. (24) and 26. Oh, they have time yet. My stepson turned 35 today, and he could be my child. That freaked me out when I really thought about that. I have a really close friend who I've known since first grade, and she has a daughter his same age. So, yikes. That kind of puts things in perspective. Okay. I think that's good. I like it. I'm glad I got to use. I really love these, and I just don't take them out and use them, and they're really cute. So I'm glad we did that. So I got some cork on here. We have the kind of little epoxy pieces. We have the Superman title there. I was thinking about doing You Are Superman, but I actually think it's good just as it is. And I like the contrast between the orange and the stroller and the blue and the brown, the way that worked. So pretty fun. And then you can see the You Are Great and the Yeah here. I think that's kind of fun to have those kind of just sitting out there too. So, all right, you guys, that was layout number 2. 2 layouts in, I don't know, probably a little bit over an hour. And I've been talking to you the whole time, so that's bad. So I think I am done for the night. If you weren't here in the very beginning, I'm definitely not going to be live next weekend. I've got plans all over the place, which you will find out about eventually. And maybe the next time I do a live, I'll tell you what I'm doing. But definitely there will be photos involved. So I'll definitely do that. And I know I just won't have time next weekend, but I love doing this. It's kind of fun having companions. So cool. All right, I think this is good, you guys. Anything else that, let's see, you want to ask? I think I told you what everything was. Oh, I know. This is something that I did recently buy. It's the Cedar Thickers collection, and I had a little bit of YouTube money out there, so I bought just a couple of things, and I bought that, and my and I bought that, another Thickers Alpha, and something else. And then I spent a little bit of money on Never Grow Up, Schmills Never Grow Up and Bloom, which are arriving tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. But again, the total of this one and another alpha that I got in a color I didn't have, and I didn't have any more left, so I wanted more wood. I know, but you know, you saw me have problems with brown. So anyway, I spent like $30 on everything, which is nothing for me. That's the first real money I've spent since September when I started this. So hey, thanks you guys with all the comments about watching me live. It's really fun for me because I think you tell your process is more in depth. I try to talk to you about what I'm thinking, and sometimes that doesn't work so well. When I'm pausing, it's because I'm thinking and talking to you guys at the same time. But I like that about the lives, that you really get to see what I'm doing. It's one of the things I like about doing December Daily Live, is it's kind of a nice mix, that you get to see my thought process and why I do things the way I do. And it's kind of fun to do like what we did tonight, where I just grabbed a stack of paper and went to town with it. So very, very much fun. I enjoy scrapping live with all of you guys too. So I'm going to say good night. Hope you guys all have a really fun weekend, and I will see you not next week, hopefully the week after. Bye everybody. Good night.